Hi again. Sorry about that. For some reason, my video was going sideways, and I know that how hard that is to watch. So let's try it here with it going, hopefully, the right direction now. So let's start this up again and look at what I have in my hot little hands here. Mine arrived yesterday. This is the new mini catalog. It says July to December, but this year it is going August to December. These were printed before the change. So it's gorgeous. And then this, ta-da, this is brand new. You're going celebration. What's all that about? Celebration was in the wintertime for the first time ever. Stampin' Up is holding another celebration, a second celebration event, and it is from August 3rd to September 30th. So if you are a regular customer of mine, I've arranged for yours to be mailed to you. So be on the lookout. They should be arriving in your mailbox towards the end of the month, especially if you already filled out the form asking for one. If you're not sure if you're going to be getting one, after this video, I will post a link so that you can request one, and I'll make sure you get get the pair. So they will be both in the same package when you get them. So I just have to say there's some fun stuff in here. You're going to have lots of fun. So yeah, Karen, that's better. Yes, I hate trying to watch it sideways if I don't have to. So when I first started doing Facebook Lives, they were all sideways. So I have improved a little bit. So now we're back in business. So something else I wanted to share with you, my Plentiful Plants class, the make and take kits are sold out, but if you have the supplies, I can still give you the handout with the cutting instructions and the video instruction, and you can cut your own. So if that class is still interesting to you, I also will have that link. And at the last minute, not only do I have the cards for the class, but I decided to make a little holder for the class so you can gift them. So I included that as a bonus project. I just added that at the last minute. So that will be included in that class. Also, just a reminder that the Designer Series paper sale is on for the month of July, so it ends the 2nd of August because that's a long weekend. They're just bridging that. So there are 9 different papers on sale. I've been showcasing them, and I'm gradually trying to work through all of them. So today we are going to be using the hand penned, but all of these are on sale, so they're 15% off. So if you like saving a little bit of money, this might be your thing, especially if you like designer paper as much as I do. So some of the rest of you got yours. Yes. So that's one of the perks of being a demonstrator, is that you get some of these things ahead of time. And that's what happened there. Oh, you love this here? Thanks, Karen. It actually came together really well. And I saw another demonstrator. I see I've got glue on there. Show the design. So yeah, it was really good. I couldn't resist. So just as a little addition to Monday nights, I forgot to show you a couple of other projects made with the same designer paper. So here was the Monday night's project. Here's the envelope, and here was the project that we did. It's a fun fold featuring designer paper, and this is in the wild designer paper. So I do have a couple of other samples. I have this one here that I made for Stamping Staycation, and so it has lots of fun folds inside too, but just a great way of using that paper. And once again, you can see that I folded the paper back to use both sides. And then I also have this card here that uses the designer paper, and then I even used it for the label on the hat. So some of you have been enjoying my hats off class. So there's just an extra sample. So these were the 2 cards. I made this card and I showed this one. The other card I showed it's already gone to somebody. So how could you make that if you don't have 12 by 12 designer paper? So I am going to use 12 by 12, but we're going to just use a portion of it, so less than 6 by 6. So if you just have 6 by 6 paper, you'll be able to make this card, but it's going to look very, very similar to this card that we made here. So this is the hand penned paper, and again, the fronts and backs of each paper, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And then these are the coordinating colors. So we could have gone all different directions. Now, I have loved this paper so much that I actually am running a little low on it. And so that's why I chose to use it for this project, because I didn't have a big piece. So I am going to use this piece here. So it looks like, whoops, a little extra there. This on one side and this on the other. And you know from this card sample that you're going to see both sides. So the designer paper is cut 5 by 5 1/4. And then I've got cardstock that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So it's going to go like that. Now, what I did, once I did that, remember how we had to trim a little bit off, where's this card? We had to trim a little bit off here so it wouldn't bind. So we're going to trim just a little bit. Now we're going to use this with the fold on the right-hand side, and we want this layer to be just a smidge shorter. So what I did is I put it in my paper trimmer, and I just lined it up right where the gray meets the I don't know, light color, and I trimmed it. So now when I look at it with the fold here, let me just bring in something that's going to show the contrast. You can see that there is a little bit cut off, and that's all you're going to worry about there. So if you can see this is going to basically form the base of the card and this portion here. So how are we going to get the designer paper portion? Well, that is this one here. So let's bring that in, and with the 5-inch side, pardon me, at the top, so this is the 5-inch side here, you are going to do a bit of scoring. You are going to score at, oops, I took it away on you. You're going to score at 3/4, so 3/4 right there. And then you're going to score at 4, like that. And what that's going to do now, so that was 5-inch side at the top, and 3/4 and 4. So the 4 where we're scored here, this is going to fold back like that. Now, if I wanted it the other way around, I could have folded it like that, right? So it really depends what you want. But I chose to go with this one, so I'm going to do that. And remember on here, I put some little pieces of cardstock there. I'm even going to skip that step on that. I am just going to, well, take the lid off my seal and just run some seal down there and close that up. So I've got my little flap like that. Now what about this flap? This flap is actually going to, let me just get those pieces out of the way. Now the piece, this is with the edge that you've cut off, so that it's going to go like that, and this is going to go like that. It's nice to do a little dry run first, so you can see we're still going to have the edge of cardstock around, and then when you open it up, you're going to be able to see this side, and it's going to be like that. So what we want to do, now that we understand how it comes together, we're going to put adhesive here. So just put this to the side, and I'll bring in my multi-purpose because it gives me that wiggle room that I like so much. Now I'm bringing this in still with the fold on this side, and I'm going to drape this over here, and I'm going to center it just like that. When I'm happy with where it is, I'm going to fold that and close. And then that should be in the right spot. It looks right from here. Let's open it up and see if it's correct. Yeah. So there we go. It's all set. Now it looks a little mucky in here, so we want to pretty that up. And what we're going to do is bring in a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And when you glue that down, look at how neat and tidy that looks. So we'll bring that in here and just glue it down. And you might say, Lillian, you always stamp first. I know, but I've got another plan today. So if I was stamping, I would have stamped before I added all that glue. But there you go. Now you see the basic card. You can dress it up by adding strips, whatever. But I'm keeping it pretty basic today because this is just a quick video showing the alternative. Now I used the Tasteful Labels dies, and I use this die here to cut this out, and I want to stamp, and I just love this. So smart, so fun, so sweet, and so wonderful from a grand kid. This fits anybody, but if you want, you can put "we must be related" because, well, that just kind of fits, right? So I'm going to bring in the stamp, and I'm going to bring in Highland Heather because that's the same as this paper here, and hope that I can hit this. Normally, if I was creating on my own, I would stamp first and then cut out, but I cut it out first because I wanted to save a little time. So let's see. There we go. There. So there, like that. I got it a little low, but I'm going to dress it up a bit so I can do that. Karen, you're saying something you have to get your head around. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, opening sideways. You have to, and you could make it open this way, but I know that most of you are anxious to make sure it's a card that can stand up. So that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to put this on dimensionals, and last time I overlapped there. This time I'm going to bring it back here. So let's bring in some of those dimensionals. This one is just about finished. There we go. And we'll put, after I'm finished my Facebook Lives, I have dimensional backings all over my craft room. It's just a little crazy. So there, I'm going to put it right about like that. Yeah, I think I like that. And then I took our shimmer vellum, and I took the soft succulent and the fresh freesia, and it kind of goes with this. And I used the Brilliant Wings dies. Now there are so many butterflies in these dies. I just love them. But I used this one here and this one. So the two smaller ones here. And then I use these two baby ones on this one here. So just so that you know. So I'm going to decide where I want these. I just have a few butterflies. Remember I said I got it a bit low, so I might decide to put some up there and maybe like that. Or let me see. I had a vision in my head, so it's really hard to change that vision in your head when you make a mistake. Have you ever had that problem? I'm going to just use this to hold it down for a minute. I think I like that, okay? I'm going to fasten them on with mini glue dots, but before I do, I'm going to hang on to the center and gently curve the wings this way. I'm going to do it a few times so I don't get a bend, and then I'm going to take the very tips and curl them the other way. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but to my mind, they look more like they're just about to take flight. And then I sort of angle the wings up and I just play with them till I'm happy. There we go. Now I'm going to do this as well. I think I should angle them up first. There we go. And there we go, like that. And you know what? I'm even going to angle this little guy. Curl, right? Don't know where I was getting angle from, but it's all good. So now we'll just use the, our mini glue dots. And this shimmer vellum, not only is it gorgeous, it doesn't seem to show the glue. So we are sort of good to go, right? There we go. I'm going to add another one to this one. You know what? I think I got that one a bit low. Let's do a little adjustment. There we go. And these ones are here. Oh, I get you about cards opening backwards. That's why I always do dry runs before I glue them down, Karen. Or I might end up with a new card design altogether. Oh, Linda, welcome. I'm glad you're watching because this is the paper you wanted me to use. So here we go. So we've got that. I'm going to add one more thing there, but first off, I'm going to the inside. Now we have a couple of options in here. Remember, when you are trimming designer paper, you can always use your designer paper as a decoration on the inside. I think I like that one. Or I could add some butterflies. Or I could do both. Today, I'm just going to add the designer paper, and then I'll play around a little bit more later. I should cut that first before I put the glue on. Here we go. I always love to use my paper trimmer, so that's me living dangerously, just doing freehand cutting. There we go, like that. Yes, Karen, I think we've all done upside down cards. And that's just the way it is. It's a homemade card, right? So there you've got the card, and we're going to add just a little bit of embellishment here. And what we're going to bring in is the pastel pearls, and look at how perfectly these pearls work with this paper. So I thought we could just bring in a couple and just to finish it off. So I'm going to take, I'll take this one and put it in the center here, and I don't know, do I need more or not? Maybe I could stop right there, or I could keep adding. But you can see how that works so well. Ooh, they look nice on this part too. So you could put them out here as well. So that's another option. Now you might say, why do I have these here? Do you ever find when you put a card with that bulky embellishment in that it goes through the envelope when you're mailing it? So Karen Yeomans is one of the people that has taught me that if you've got something with, the big pearls or rhinestones or something, and it seems like it's going to puncture the envelope, take a piece of basic white, emboss it with an embossing folder, and put it over top. And that protects it. That's like a packing slip. So there's a little tip about mailing your cards. So there you go. There is that card. Laura, you're loving it? Oh, that's excellent. Yes, it's perfect for when you want to see both sides. So there's that. And then the one that we made Monday is right here. And this was one of the alternative projects from Monday. So there you go, showcasing 3 of the designer papers that's on sale. So thank you for joining me, and take care, and I will see you another time. Bye-bye.